I am literally fucking traumatized right now. Like, I wanted to go to sleep and I wanted to just put this to rest, and I was like, because I've been obviously spewing for, okay, it's not even obvious. Y'all don't even know what's going on. My fucking baby daddy is a piece of shit, is what's going on. That's what's going on. And I'm not saying that as some bitter ass, hateful, like, baby mama. I already know. Oh my god, you're thinking, okay, here's another fucking bonnet wearing baby mama who just hates her baby daddy. Actually, no, like, bro, I promise you, I'm the coolest, chillest fucking baby mama you could fucking ask for, bro. I am a better baby mama than I am a girlfriend. Like, if we get past that, and now, like, I am so chill. You don't get no issues out of me. So my fucking stupid ass baby daddy, he's like the baby mom. He is the bitter baby mama. Like, it's, I promise you, it's him. It's really them. But I'm not even gonna come on here and spray the other one. I'm gonna just spray this raggedy ass, bitch ass one, because he really just has my whole fucking mental gone right now. So let me give y'all the rundown, okay? Let me bring y'all up to speed. So my baby daddy and his mom, really his mom, had made plans to come visit me. Well, not visit me. She had made plans to come see a football game where I live, in the city that I live, and my daughters, okay? Slash his daughters. So, killing two birds with one stone. She was like, I'm gonna book some tickets a few days in advance so that before the game I can spend some time with the girls. And I was like, okay, great. She books a ticket for my baby daddy also, slash her son, okay, because the broke ass nigga can't afford his own. Dead ass serious, because if he could, he would have been came out here to visit the twins, but he hasn't because he ain't got no fucking money. Anyways, okay, so fast forward, we're now to the visit point. The plan was that he was going to stay the night on the last 2 nights here. He was going to stay the night here. Him and his little brother were going to stay the night at my house with the girls. And that was all fine and dandy, no problem, whatever. Okay, let me give you guys a little bit more background. Me and him have not been together in like 5 years or something like that. I don't even fucking know. How long has it been? Not that long. I'm sorry. It has not been that long, but it feels that long. We were together for 5 years, but we haven't been together. I know for sure in like 3 years. I know for sure it's been like 2.5, 3 years. It's been a while, okay? I done had new dicks, for sure, okay? And, yeah. So, but more than that, me and him also haven't spent long periods of time together or in like a private space, like a private residence, right? Mind. So yeah, we haven't had any type of real long standing or long-term interaction since we broke up. The most that I've seen him has been recently, within the past few months, when I was in Florida, and I saw him I would see him briefly in passing when I was dropping the twins off or picking them up from his mom's house, because he lives with his mom and literally has, since the day he was born, has never moved out, has never left, has never had a place of his own. Catch that tea. So anyways, that's the most that I've seen him even since we broke up, because I hadn't seen him in them years. We have communicated briefly, short text, and it's never even gone, like, it's never been productive, I'll say. Okay. So I have to get a little bit of water. Okay. So yeah, it's never been like productive conversations. So I don't go out of my way to talk to him until recently when I got back from when I got back home to Texas with the girls. We communicate more openly than we have in all the years. And when I say openly, I mean like very like liberally, like um we're even like flirty. But I think honestly, that's kind of was just like a safe space for us. It's not like to be taken seriously. Like, I've told him like I would not sleep with him. I will like flirt with him on a very playful, light note, because to me, that is like an easier, safer space than like fighting with him. He can be very like, he can be very controversial is the word I think I would use to describe it. Like, he will turn any conversation, any topic that he can, into some type of like debate or something. All right. So I don't even like to have more than like one dimensional conversations with him. I like to keep it on what's up, how you doing, and like I said, fun stuff. Like I'll send him videos and pictures of the twins, whatever they're up to, pictures of me like working out, videos of me. Only recently have we kind of like sent a little, like, and not often, it was just like a couple here and there of little fun videos of us with like other people, like shit that like to me honestly like is all just for fun. Like it's it's a familiar space with us. It keeps it light. It keeps us from being in a place where there has to be something to argue about. So to me, like, I don't mind that. It's like I said, it's all in like good, lighthearted fun. And anything is better than being in a place of contention with your co-parent, okay? So, and let me tell you, the twins adore him. So it's not like I'm, like it's not like there's a tension in the family. It's just that's why I'm so fucking thrown off by this incident, because I felt that I already had a good formula on how to deal with him now that we're not in a relationship, and there's also a lot of time that's passed since we were in a relationship. And to me, there's no bad feelings, and there's also no lingering feelings. Like, I'm very, very much like secure in the role that we play in each other's lives now. So fast forward to back where I was. They make plans for them to stay the night for the last 2 nights that they're here. Okay. And the first night was last night. Everything went fine. The plan was that they were going to stay here, and the twins were not going to go to school Monday because they were going to be driving back in from where they were hanging out very late. And they were all just going to crash out when they got here. That was fine. When they got here, I was working. I am a lady woman I'm a Renaissance woman. Very layered, multifaceted in my line of work. So I can be working at any hour, all right? So when they got here, I was in between calls, and they kind of came in. It was late. It was like 1:30 or something like that. I got everyone settled in. He went into the room with the girls because they were already sleeping, and the girls didn't have school. So, everyone just kind of had to get comfy in there. His brother was on the couch. Boom, right? And I continue working once I get everyone settled. The next day, he has to work. He's taking a new job, a remote job, and he brought his equipment so that he can work while he was here for the day. So here I am, okay, accommodating you working. All right, you're not accommodating me working, honey. Like, this is my house. So I'm accommodating you. You get up all early and loud, and you know what I'm saying? Again, like, not even thinking, like turning on lights, not thinking of, it's like it's just his world, his show. He's up now, so he needs to do whatever he needs to do to get his equipment set up again. Like just completely oblivious and void of courtesy to what's happening around him. Luckily, my kids are deep enough sleepers where it didn't bother them, but it woke me up instantly. So I got up and I was like, yo, what do you need help with so I can help you real quick? I help him get his shit set up, get him nice and comfortable so that I can comfortably go lay down for the few more minutes that I have. Because even though they don't have school, your girl still has things to do. I needed to go get my nails done. I needed to run errands. I had phone calls to make. I just had a lot of things that I needed to go do. All right. So I still needed to be up. And of course, it's most ideal for me to do all my stuff while everyone's sleeping, anyways. So boom, the day goes fine. There are no issues. Again, me and him haven't spent a lot of time around each other or any time around each other, but to me, it's almost like riding a bicycle. Like, and I'm a very hospitable person naturally, so a total stranger could come into my house and I would treat them the same way. I mean, pretty much strangers do come into my house in my line of work, and everyone gets treated with the same decency, okay? Everyone gets offered a bottle of water, okay? So, before I even bust off to do what I need to, I'm checking on him, I mean, to make sure, okay, are you good? Blah, 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 letting him know this is what I'm about to go do. Did you want me to make you something to eat real quick? Whatever. Again, just like normal shit. Made him some tea with local honey, by the way. Okay, I got the text messages to prove it. And again, just being very catering and nurturing, but not abnormally so. I'm not doing it because he's my baby daddy. That's just how I am. But because I'm your baby mom, you should have a level of respect and decency and courtesy for my space that I'm allowing you to be in. Okay, I don't owe it to you to just because, like, that ship sailed with all the other disrespect that you gave to me long ago. I can forgive, but I can't forget. So the boundaries that we have are newly set and regulated, okay? Very monitored very closely. So I go off to do the stuff that I need to. The day goes by fine. Everyone has a great time. His little brother, who is actually a teenager, is here. And obviously I watched him grow up because, like I said, we were together a long time. So his brother was like, I don't know, like 7 or something when I met him. Something like that. Like, yeah, like 7, I think. 6 or 7. I don't know. Anyways, he was legit. So I'm getting to like experience him like as a young man now, and it's cool. We're like having conversations and just like kind of just enjoying this random like blip in time that it's like, who would have thought this would have ever happened? um we're even like laughing about that. So fast forward, the whole day goes by again without a hiccup. And not that should be like a hard task. Like there shouldn't be anything to worry about. Again, I'm very nurturing and catering, so anything he needed, I would I ask them all the same way I ask the kids regularly. You hungry? What do you need? Whatever. I got you. I'll take care of it. Boom. Okay. So then the evening comes, he's off work, him and his little brother are going to watch the game with their mom. Like that was the second thing that they came out here for, was to go see this football game. And he goes to do that. Before he left, I said, well, are y'all what time are y'all gonna be back? Do you know? He said like maybe around 11. I said, okay, cool. So in my mind I'm already thinking, okay, like you need to stay up until 11 because you need to be able to let them in. So I'm already like mentally preparing myself, also giving myself time to work before they even come home so I can get that out of the way, make sure they're comfortably set up. Now, here's where shit gets sticky, and I mean literally sticky. Before he left, I had already peeked in the room, the twins' room, where he had been nesting, okay? And he's a slob, like point blank period. He's a fucking slob. And I already know this about him. The twins already know this. So I was kind of already regularly going behind him throughout the day. Again, this is not to be like wifey type. No, it's because I like my house a certain way, and there's already a problem with bugs in this little complex. So yeah, like I be on top of my shit. So before he left, him and the twins were sitting in the living room, and I said, okay, it's up to y'all to get the room cleaned up. Twins, y'all need to worry about your stuff. I said, but that's up to you to let daddy know he needs to do his stuff. Because as a grown man, he should know that. But I know that if I sit there and say to him, Marcus, clean your stuff up before you go, he's going to take it exactly how he ended up taking this when I fast forward the story. Okay, so I'm using the twins basically as like a buffer, if you will, because I know that it'll be a more gentle approach, and it's their room, so it gives them also, that like that kind of authority, like this is, the hey daddy, it's our room, can you please make sure that you clean yourself up before you go, which is a very normal expectation, and kids spaces should be respected like that. But again, because he's not the full-time parent, and he's never been the full-time parent, and also doesn't have a place of his own, he cannot grasp what that means to respect a space, and to have a sanctuary, not just to have some place that you live, not just a roof over your head. I mean a place that this is truly your sanctuary, okay? So anyways, when he leaves, I noticed that he didn't really do his part. But the twins, they didn't complain. They cleaned it up. But they did tell me, they didn't complain, but they did give me feedback to let me know, okay, mommy, we don't want daddy to sleep in the room tonight because he left like sticky stuff. They thought it was syrup, but I don't think it was syrup. I think it was something else. Because I don't think he had syrup today. But they were like, syrup, and like talking about like the food in his bed, that he had spilled some stuff. And I was like, yo, fair enough. I wouldn't want someone still hanging out in my room if they treated it like that, parent or no. And I am very in sync with my daughters about that, because we spend a lot of time cleaning our house, catering. We have animals. I have lots of pets, so like I spend a lot of time like keeping this place sanitized and clean. So me and the twins like joke about it a little bit. I was like, oh, y'all gonna have me do your dirty work and tell daddy? I was like, y'all should tell him, because you're cuter, it'll be better coming from you. But it's like deep down, like they don't, I don't tell, but like deep down I was like, oh my god, because I already know his temperament. So I really didn't want to do this, but it's like, why would I put my daughters in the line of fire instead of me taking the bullet for myself? Like, that's not a good mom. So anyways, yeah, I go ahead and tell them, okay, don't worry about it, just get your room cleaned up. So they spent like 2 hours cleaning up their room before bed, and while I worked handling their business, getting their shit together. And I said, all right, cool. I'm gonna let daddy know. And then they helped me make out the space in the living room for him and his little brother, which is plenty of space, by the way. I have a huge sectional couch, just ridiculously big, like to where a part of it doesn't even get used. I literally use it to stack all the cushions over there because it's so big. So get it all cleaned up. Mind you, this is all after my whole long day of working and all of that, and I still am taking care of now somebody else. So I'm done working, put my kids to sleep, get the living room set up for them, and it's about 10 o'clock at this point now when I finally sit down. I got my little blunt rolled, and I'm like, okay, cool. I got like an hour to, decompress. And sorry, my hand is starting to hurt. I was like, okay, I got like an hour to decompress and, just like chill before they get here. All right, boom. So I pretty much on schedule. They're calling me. Well, his mom calls me and was like, we're on the way. And I'm like, okay, cool. She's like, well, we're like 4 minutes away, but they're right up the street. I was like, all right, bet. I'm already just chilling, in the kitchen smoking. When I tell you, it's like super chill. My house is always super chill. It's only not super chill when I'm having get-togethers like with all the kids and stuff, but on a regular basis, my house is very serene. The most you'll hear is the TV is on, okay, or my speaker if I'm working. So, I'm sitting in the kitchen. Actually, by this time, I would have already been in bed because it's a school night, so I gotta be up. So I would have already been in bed. But like I said, he told me that they would be back around 11, so I'd already mentally prepared myself that I was gonna be up later than usual. No problem. It's not like this is an everyday thing. This is a one night accommodation. Not a big deal. We're family, of course. So, the fuck was I saying? Okay, oh yeah. So, yeah, pretty much on schedule. They're about to be showing up, and I'm like, all right, cool, perfect. That's great. Love the punctuality of that because that means the sooner that they get here, the sooner I can go to bed and I can lock my door up and go to bed. So I hang up with his mom. A few minutes later, he's calling me, and I answer. I'm thinking he's calling me to tell me to open the gate. So, but then I'm like, hello, and because I'm like, yo, it's open, because I hear like background noise and he's not really saying anything, so I'm just like, hey, I was like, all right, it's open, me thinking that they're coming in. Then I hear, hello, baby girl. I'm like, are you drunk? Like, what? And he's like, are you home? And I'm like, Marcus, it's 11 o'clock at night. Where the hell else would I be on a school night? Of course where would I be on any night? Like, where the fuck do I go? I'm the full-time parent. Where would I be? I mean, granted, okay, maybe at the gym. Yeah, but other than, like, nigga, where would I be? So, but I don't even say all that. I'm like, yes, I'm home. Obviously, I'm home. Where else would I be? And he's like, okay, baby girl, I'm just making sure. I ain't know. And I'm just like, so I already know he's on one. Okay, I already know you lit. Again, that's not even a problem for me. Just hurry up and get your ass here so I can go to sleep. So I literally say to him, I was like, I'll see you in a few minutes. They get here. Oh, no. Wait, pause. He says, I was like, yo, just hurry up and get here so I can go to sleep. He goes, oh, I'm going to sleep. He goes, I'm going to sleep too. I said, yeah. I said, I set up the living room for you and Kamari. I moved all the cushions off the couch, so y'all got plenty of room. He's like, what? I'm going to sleep in the bed. I didn't know for sure if he was talking about my bed or the twins' bed. I just assumed the twins' bed because that's where he had slept the other night, and I already told him he can't sleep with me anyway. So, like, before he got here, that was already a discussion, again, like, we have playful flirtiness, but he already know I'm not on that type of shit with his ass. So so I don't even clarify with him. I just tell him, I was like, no, Marcus, I was like, you gotta sleep in the living room. I said, because like I said, I was just assuming he meant the twins' bed. I was like, because the twins are already tucked in for bed, they have school in the morning, and I have to wake up even earlier than that. And he's like, just being drunk and stupid, like kind of giving me a little pushback, but I'm not even taking it seriously. I'm just, that's when I say, boy, hush, I'll see you in a few minutes. So he gets here with his little brother, who's like I said, like 13, 14 at this point. And when he walks in, first of all, I could smell the alcohol. It was so soaked into him, and he's like sweaty too, like, so it was just like seeping out of him. All right, that's number one. Number two, I could, the glazed over look that all drunk people get when they're already to that point, okay, where they're not looking at you because they're seeing three of you. I already seen that. And he was like stumbling. So he came in very obviously intoxicated, heavily. But I didn't see that as a bad thing. I actually was like, oh great, he's gonna like plop his ass down and go to sleep. This is gonna be easier than I thought. Silly me. I know. So, I'm like, oh, so he like kind of like runs himself into me basically, and I like, put my hand up to stabilize him in a way, and I was like, "Are you drunk?" Like being playful, of course, obviously, like it's like obvious that you're drunk. So, he's like, "Yeah, of course I am." Whatever. Again, making light of it. It's not a big deal. So I whip around and I show him, the situation, like the sleeping arrangements, and he's like, "What? Nah, you sure? But I'm going to the twins' room, or I know I'm going to my daughter's room." Okay, let me clarify something. If somebody talks about you or your family or their kids or whatever, or everything in a very possessive way, that's a red flag. And I don't mean like in a, oh, that's my man, that's my woman type of way. I mean like when they use it as a, like a pawn almost, or as a trophy of some sort, like a medal. Because instantly, once he starts saying things like my daughters, my kids, my babies, he's not saying it in an endearing term like those are my babies. He's saying it in a possessive way to let me know that they're equally mine and I'll do what you want. And I don't play that shit, because there's only one person on their birth certificates, and that would be moi. All right. And I'm not going to get into the details of that, because I'm not, trying to even put him out like that about nothing. That might be a story for another time. But basically, so once he starts doing that, I know it's coming from a possessive place. And that tells me right then and there, he's triggered and he's trying to find where he can stake his claim, basically. Because that's when I'm like, Marcus, and I have a door that goes between my corridor and my living room before you even get to the bedrooms. And I'm like, Marcus, I'm like, yo, I'm like, I don't, because now it's going from like it was playful to it's not really playful no more. Like he's trying to get through that door and I stop him. And I'm like, because I step in front of the door, I'm like, Marcus, I'm serious. You cannot go sleep in their room. And he's like, well, I'm going to sleep in your bed. I was like, no, you're not about to go sleep in my bed. You're going to sleep out here in this space that I made for you. Long story short, we're going back and forth for a minute to where like his brother is starting to get, I can see visibly like, nervous. And he stands up and he's like, Marcus. And my baby daddy is just getting more and more like provoked and over nothing, because I'm just saying the same thing repeatedly. You can't go in there. You're not going to go in there. You're especially not going to go in there drunk. You're especially not going to go lay in one of their beds with or without them drunk, because that's just, and like, I don't want that smell. You're literally reeking of alcohol. Absolutely not. So that they can get up in the morning and they smell like fucking alcohol going to school. No. Like, end of story. You're not going in there. Throughout this time, there's probably like, it's happening fast, but it's like it's happening so fast that I'm not really responding